Hi, on this fall day, I'm just shooting an intro for Falling Down Garage, my YouTube channel. It's where I fix mostly the garage, the house, and sometimes I play with a couple of old cars that I have. I'm going to bring you back in time a few years to when we had this garage it had a hole in the roof, and before I could get to it, I was busy with work. A couple of vultures decided to make it their home, and birds nest, birds take off. Well, they had babies, and then one of them got hit by a car, possibly both of them, but I saw one carcass. And then the babies started popping out of the roof, and no one was feeding them. And I'm going to show you some videos and some stills and kind of tell the story, and that'll explain how I named the channel Falling Down Garage, because I just couldn't think of a better name. And then after that, I'll start to bring you current, as I've intermittently worked on this thing and intermittently worked on other things. And hopefully you'll enjoy it. So we'll be back in time. So if you see the garage here, the 3-tab shingles were completely deteriorated. The garage was in bad shape. I was lucky to be able to buy the house with the garage in that type of condition, and it looked like this for a few years. This picture is dated March 22nd of 2020. That was when COVID shutdown started, and I got called out to start writing lots of estimates for the insurance industry. I was never home, and I just let the garage go. And guess what happened? This young couple, they weren't letting the housing bubble get in the way. They found this very nice garage to start a family. This pic of the garage dates back to June 18th of 2020. I wish I could tell you I remember why I took a picture of the garage this day. There was something. I don't know if I was looking for the parents or if I was looking for babies, but I took the picture. So on June 21st, Mom of Mom Cooks and Gardens sent me this picture to confirm that the vultures had babies. And that meant that I wasn't going to be working on the garage anytime soon. And that in and of itself was kind of interesting. It was interesting until it wasn't. The two birds were perched up on the ridge, waiting for Mom and Dad to feed them. There's a little problem with that. Earlier in the day, I saw a dead vulture around the corner near the lake. I think it got hit by a car. A lot of animals get hit by cars there. They're scavengers, so they were probably trying to eat a dead critter and became a dead critter. I panicked when I saw the birds up on the roof, and I said to my girlfriend that we have to take care of those babies because I don't think anybody else is going to. She made a lot of calls to wildlife rescuers. They insisted that the birds magically come by at night and helicopter food off to the babies, and I was having nothing of it. I talked her into us feeding the birds, and this is the evidence of it. We gave them canned dog food. It kept them alive. Technically, I think it was illegal, but we did it.
Do you need more?
So they were accepting food. Mom was spending some time with them. Never during that time did one of the parents appear, and they never did come back. We just couldn't sit by and do nothing.
Where are they at? Ooh, shit.
Alright, that's good.
Here they come. They're running. They're running.
I don't want to touch you, okay? It's creeping me out. This is creepy.
It's a good sign that they're so frisky. Oh, he's over here. He's behind the Aldi. You better walk away.
Here, go over here since you're on the road. I need that spoon.
There he goes.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, then they'll chase me behind the car. Did they bite you? He touched you. Just use your fingers. Oh, here he comes. He knows you're feeding him. He's coming, he's coming. They are hungry. Ooh, they're so frisky. Where's the big guy? Do you see him?
They know what their wings are for. I saw evidence. They continued to get bigger and stronger. We got very attached to them, but we went out of our way to maintain our distance from them. We wanted them to remain wild. Our dogs may have felt differently. The birds would make themselves conspicuous in the morning because they wanted breakfast. This perching was a daily occurrence, waiting to get fed. On some days they would behave and just perch on the garage. This wasn't the norm. This was quite the rainy day, but they needed to be fed and they moseyed on over to the driveway to get their dinner. I never saw this footage before. It's kind of fun to watch it.
It's hard to hold it still.
On some days they could just be jerks and be super conspicuous. This was one of those days. And this was another one of those days.
Fact about big
Birds
birds.
can hear.
You don't see their ears, so you know they can't hear. What? He uses weird stuff.
That wasn't funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Is hard. I'm still getting the hang.
Nothing to see here. Just two birds the size of bald eagles hanging out on my girlfriend's car, wanting to be fed. they really started to look like adults here. They were losing that molting or whatever you would call it with their feathers. There was one thing missing. They weren't flying. We were worried. And then one day, we didn't have to worry about them flying anymore. They were perched on our neighbor's chimney, 30 feet in the air. It was a very exciting day. So after 2+ months, we started to see light at the end of the tunnel. After almost 3 months, the birds were full grown just about, but they weren't hitching on with one of the flocks. I forget the name of them, a kettle or something like that, and they were still largely dependent upon us for food. They would chase toads, but they just weren't thriving. And our dogs were growing weary of them. I'm not going to show it, but later in September, the birds fledged and then one came back. And on the 27th of September, I found him dead in the garage. And I buried him and felt like a failure. But my girlfriend pointed out to me that the one was still surviving. We called them Vicky and Vinny, and we think the smaller one was a male, and he's the one who didn't make it. But all these years later, once in a while, we'll see a single vulture fly over the house, and we like to think that's Vicky looking for her brother, but she's the other one survived, we believe, and hopefully has had babies. And so long story short, that's how we called it Falling Down Garage. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more.